Practical Methods to Ensure Success, Hiram Erastus Butler. Preface. To those for whom this work is especially intended, we would say that the laws and methods here taught have been tested in the lives and habits of thousands of people and have proved to be all that we claim for them. To parents and teachers we wish to say that although the thoughts contained in these pages may seem abstruse and difficult for the young and inexperienced to comprehend, we know you will find, as we have, that if you place them in the hands of the young and allow them to study for themselves, they will gain a more accurate understanding of their practical value than will men and women whose minds are biased by education and experience. Therefore, we ask the friends of this thought to aid us in its dissemination and thus help those who are ready to receive it to gain a higher plane of development. Prologue motto: use determines all qualities, whether good or evil. The greatest use with the least evil result is the best thing to do under all circumstances. Before introducing our subject, we will answer a question that nearly always arises when a statement is made similar to the title of these instructions, namely, what will be accomplished by following these instructions? Our answer is a promise based on the personal experience of many years of unbiased examination of the cause of successes, failures, inharmonies, sickness and death, having opportunities placed before us that very few, if any, persons ever had. We can speak from that unfailing authority, knowledge, and we promise you who peruse the thoughts hereinafter given and carefully follow all their suggestions, that after 2 years of faithful adherence thereto, you will never be sick, you will never be in need of money or friends. Whatever you undertake will be successful. Your mental capacity will continually increase as long as you live. Your domestic relations will be very happy, and your children will be superior to all others, and when you leave this world, the people will cherish your memory and be thankful that you lived. These promises are of such an extraordinary nature that they may call forth doubt and criticism. We do not object to that, but would ask you not to condemn anything until you know it to be unworthy. The habit of denouncing things about which you know nothing dwarfs the intellect, stupefies the sensibilities, and retards normal growth. Therefore, deny nothing, no matter how absurd it seems, until you know better. In this course of instructions, we shall make no effort to exhaust the subject treated. On the contrary, we intend to deal with general principles and depend upon your own good common sense to carry them out to their legitimate conclusion. This work is based on laws governing natural forces, which are of such a nature, as always, to furnish conclusive evidence to the practitioner every step of the way, so that no one will need to depend on our word, except for a very short time, probably 3 months, before receiving good and sufficient evidence of the truth of what we claim. Therefore, we are relieved from that long and tedious method in this line that was necessary to those grand souls, Herbert Spencer, Charles Robert Darwin, and all others of that class of thinkers and world's pioneers. They spent many years over a single thought, collecting all evidences available before giving it to the world, because the truth of their statements depended upon those evidences. The evidence of the truth of what we say is immediately obtainable by following the instructions we give herein, so we will leave you to judge of their merits by the light of your own experience and your own interior and reasoning mind. The many testimonials of those that have tried them, which can be found in the Esoteric Magazine of April and May 1891, are proof enough to convince any intelligent person of their true value. Our methods are not an unnatural stimulus, bringing about a hothouse growth, as some would have you believe, but are intended to remove the hindering causes and allow nature to do her work in accordance with her own laws. I have often been asked the question, if these are natural laws that bring about such marvellous results, why have they not been known and applied before now? I may be able to answer this question when you can tell me why the great utility of steam and electricity, as well as many other important discoveries and inventions, was not known prior to the 19th century. Our race has a development transcending that of prior ages, and on that account you, dear reader, have an active desire for a higher and better condition. That heartfelt desire is a prayer that is heard.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?